love the channel and find it useful in becoming a happy retiree. Subscribe today. I just published an ebook this week about the 15 most commonly asked retirement questions. A lot of these are curated from the questions we get right here on Money Matters. So I can tell over the course of a month or so what people are really worried about in the world of finance and the economy and how it relates back to you personally. Again, remember this show, we talk an awful lot about the economy and politics in Washington and how that folds together for what happens in the stock and the bond market, because that's where most that's where most of us are investing our 401ks, our after-tax accounts that we're going to use for retirement, etc. But where does that pinball ultimately land? Well, it lands back to your living room table when you're talking about money with your spouse or your kids. Hey, how are we going to pay for college? Hey, how are we going to get to retirement? And is this year the right year that we can do this, honey? Those are my favorite conversations to have in the real world. Hey, we're here because I want to talk about the possibility of maybe retiring in like this year. When? Well, like tomorrow, maybe like Friday. Can we do it? And the answer is, I don't know, but that's what you're thinking in your head. Hey, is it next year or is it the next year? What's the feasibility study on making that work? Can we stop? Can we stop working? And that's the conversation we continue to have with folks as we all drive towards that same destination of a point where we don't have to work anymore. We don't have to work. That's the key. Maybe we'll still do something part-time or even half-time or fun time, but we don't have to. Here are a couple of questions to get your personal financial mind jogging a little bit. How much should I save if I want an annual income of $100,000 every year in retirement? That's a pretty good question. There's a lot to that. How about this? What are some good options for additional retirement income sources, Wes? All right. How about this? Number 3, my spouse and I hope to retire in the next 5 years. Should we invest our extra savings in the stock market, or use it to purchase a real estate? How about this next one? I'd like to know about different options that can help me protect and invest my retirement money before I retire. Okay. How about this? Cash income growth, alternative income. What do you do with all those? Social Security benefits. How do I skin that cat? Number 6, why should my spouse and I delay Social Security payments? We'll even be there later. Pensions. Here's a theme over the last year. Depending on how many companies are ready to help people out the door a little extra early, and we've seen this with AT&T and IBM, and the list goes on and on and on. How should I take a lump sum of money from my company or my employer, or a monthly pension payment? Should I take a lump sum amount of money or a monthly pension payment? The answer is going to be different for everybody. And then how about this last one as an example? How do I create retirement income from my investments? The stock market, West, all over the place, all-time high. Is it safe? Is it safe? That's really all we're all trying to do. We're getting to the point where we don't have to work and don't have to commute in Atlanta traffic. This city is only getting crazier and busier and more bogged down, and and you think it's bad today, it's going to get even worse. And you're going to want to get to a point where you can have the economic freedom to stop working. And you think you could work out of the house. What did IBM just say a couple of weeks ago? Hey, everybody that's working out of the house, or most of y'all that are working out of the house, come back to the office or leave. How do you like that? So they no longer like the thought of you working out of the house because the traffic is the worst thing in the world. They're saying, you know what? I want you back at headquarters. I want you to slug it out every day. Because it's you know what? It's not quite bad enough for you to retire early. We'd like to get rid of a lot of you. So here's what we're going to do. We want you to now come commute to work and add 14 to 18 hours of drive time to your life. Oh, you don't want to do that? Well, then just retire. Okay. That's the deal. That's what we're faced with. I can't tell you how many families I've met with that have said, I just can't do it anymore, Wes. I cannot come down 75. I can't go to 285, cross all around 285, make my way to the office. I just can't do it anymore. It takes too much out of my life and my soul. Well, maybe it's time to think about getting to a point of retirement. And it's not as far away as Wall Street will make you believe. You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think, the book that I have did so much research on, published a couple of years ago. It's probably more relevant today. You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think, the 5 money secrets of the happiest retirees. It's more relevant today than it was when it came out 3 years ago. It's a better book today in 2017 than it was in 2014. It's even more relevant in the world we live in, the whole Amazon world that we live in. So if you haven't gotten the book, or back when it came out, you weren't really thinking about retirement like you are today, you weren't thinking, am I close enough to maybe start to think about making this whole equation work for me and my family? If it wasn't the case then, 2-3 years ago when you first heard about it, it might very well be today. Today might be the time of the season of your life where it makes a lot of sense. So check out You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think. You can go straight to Amazon and look at it. It's probably $9 or $10 on Amazon today. It's obviously, I think, well worth $10 or less. You can get it in audio. You can get it downloaded through the whole Kindle edition. Well, of course, Kindle or Audible on Amazon, and that's how I would do it. And it's the summer, so it's vacation time coming up. So many families I've talked to have read this or listened to the book in the car back and forth to 30A at the beach, or maybe you're on the East Coast and you're headed over to St. Simon's. Again, if you're Charleston or Savannah, if you have a couple car hours, take a look at or listen to You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think, the 5 money secrets of the happiest retiree, the happiest retirees. And there's really 5 sections of the book that are these really important checkpoints that we all need to get to be able to stop working and make retirement financially work. It's not that you need $5 million to retire. For some of you, that is a number. That is the right number. And if you're a really early retiree and you're 45, then yeah, you might need to get to a giant number like that to last you another 60 years. But if you're 60 or in your late 50s and you're thinking about having a retirement plausibility date that's in your early 60s, it doesn't need to be multi-millions of dollars. It can be my checkpoint in the book, and it's still a lot of money. Okay, this is not... There's no Harry Potter magic going on here with retirement and money. You still have to have some income sources. Again, we've got to have paid into Social Security. Almost all of us have done that, unless you've been self-employed and in some way didn't pay into Social Security. But the vast majority of Americans have pretty healthy Social Security monthly amount if you wait till you're 66. $2,000, $2,500, even $2,700 per month per spouse. That really adds up. And then if you get to a point where you save $500,000 or more, and that's kind of the tipping point I've seen from the unhappy retirees to the happy retirees, which we compare throughout the book, happy retirees versus unhappy retirees. And this is a study of 1,350 retirees around the nation, 46 different states. We compare the life, consumer habits of both of those groups. So I'm able to identify the habits of the happy group versus the unhappy group. So it's not just a financial book. It's a book about life. And it's a book about how to enjoy the time that you have with the money that you have in the most efficient, effective way possible. And that's why there are over 200 reviews for Retire Sooner Than You Think that are 4 and 5 star. The only reviews that are not good are the folks that think that it's impossible in America to save $500,000 over your working career. And for a lot of families, I get that. So this book isn't for everybody. But if you've been even remotely money conscious over a course of your life, then this book will really speak to you. And if you understand that it doesn't happen with the waving of a wand, which of course you know, then this book will tell you how to most effectively get there and hit those checkpoints that we all need to hit in order to have complete financial freedom in a very realistic way, talking about the things in the world that really matter, that you really care about. And that's what the book is all about. So you can find it a couple different ways. You can go to wesmoss.com, WESMOSS.com, just wesmoss.com in the book section in the upper book tab. And you can watch a video about the book and it'll take you right to Amazon. Or you can skip all of that and go right to Amazon, who dominates the world, and that's the topic that's what we're talking about today. Just go right to Amazon and either type in my name, Wes Moss, or you can retire sooner than you think, and it will come right up. Read the reviews for yourself. Hi, I'm Wes Moss, and thanks for taking a minute to hear about what's so different about my new book, You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think. So unlike other retirement books, this book will give you a step-by-step guide, whether you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s, to learn from what these successful and happy retirees did to get there. I hope you enjoy the book, but more importantly, I know that it'll help you retire sooner than you think.